Wow, uncensored. That's awesome. Because me uncensored is like George Bernard Shaw censored. It's gonna get real Victorian up in here, real fast. Weird thing happened. So somebody called me the N-word the other day. It's weird, right? Yeah, I was just like on a train platform and this guy was like, "You narcissist." And I was like, "Hey, that's our word. Thank you." And I left because I deserved better. I hate to joke about prejudice, being a white woman as I am, but I've found that everybody experiences prejudice, of some form. It's just like the whiter and straighter you are, the weirder the prejudice gets. Like, honestly, I think nerdy hipster chicks might as well be our own race, because to middle-aged white dudes, we all look the same. I'm not even kidding you. I used to work as a theater usher at a popular local Shakespeare festival that will remain nameless. And I was ushing one day, and some guy I had never seen came up to me and said, "Have you got any treats for me?" And I was like, "I bloody hope not." And it took me a minute to realize that he was talking about a different girl who had sold him a tart the night before, who just happened to also have glasses. But see, here's the trick. We all look like the same person because we all are the same person. We call it the Sarah Palin effect. Like, think about this. Have you seen me and Tina Fey in the same room? Nope, it doesn't happen. I also get that weird nerd prejudice where people think you're smart. I'm not saying this guy's nodding. Good for you, sir. I wouldn't have pegged you for that sort. I couldn't resist. No, but it's not that I'm not smart, it's just that having Stephen Hawking's haircut doesn't make me a physicist. I found, though, one of the more fun things about when people think you're smart, though, is that they try to impress you at like what they think is your level, so they often give you fun facts. And what I've found is the dumber the person, the better the fun fact. Like, one time I was with this girl who was like, "Did you guys know that they built Boston with really windy streets to confuse the British?" And I said, that's astounding, because the British built Boston. So they'd have to be out there with their cobblestones and their horses being like, "Man, if we attack us in 100 years, we're gonna be boned." And I was like, I guess, I've never been to Boston. For all I know, she's right. Maybe Boston is like an Inception-style dreamscape, where like the closer you get to the center, the faster time goes, and all of the citizens have been armed against you, and the architecture is malleable, and if you can get to the center before you wake up, you still don't get an Oscar. That's my idea of what Boston's all about. Scientists are still exploring that theory. The other weird thing about being smart is people are like scared of you in a weird way, which is hilarious to me, because I mean, look at me. Like, you could take me. Yeah, I find it really really weird. I had a friend that said to me one time, I hope someday you get LASIK, because I think men would be more comfortable approaching you if you didn't have glasses. It's not that you don't look good in glasses, it's just that with glasses you look like someone who knows things. And so I think if you get that taken care of, they'd be a lot more comfortable. And I was like, that's both kinds of sexist. You just told a woman to alter her appearance to please men and insulted men. All kinds of sexist. I do feel okay, though, about the smart prejudice. It's better than other kinds of prejudice. It's better than mental health stigma, I gotta admit, which I've also had. But lucky for me, I got some Prozac. The only thing about Prozac is they don't tell you all the side effects. Like, they tell you about, like, the dry mouth and the fatigue and the new and worsening suicidal thoughts, but they don't tell you that it totally ruins ghost hunters. I used to sit there and be like, spirit orbs, and now I'm like, that's probably dust. Thanks, you guys, you've been great. Vote for me. Dory Peacock.